All right, welcome into week 10 of Tribune Sports Live. Boy, that is not a good start to the show, Johnny.
Not, is it?
Well, look, we are closing out the regular season this Friday. That is hard to believe.
Yeah, it is.
Little light schedule for us.
Yeah,
a few games on tap.
Yeah.
So, what you got going on? We're kind of set. We're in no man's land as we're moving from football. We're going to talk a little volleyball. We've got basketball.
Yeah.
So what you got?
Yeah, so that's kind of what I've got. Things will look a little different tonight. Got a lot more guests tonight, which is cool, which is really cool. Y'all can't see it, but we have a packed house back there. One little tidbit I'd like to make everyone aware of is I caught a video on Coach Daryl Barber's social media this week that was a kind of a feel-good video. A couple weeks ago, we asked for prayers for Quay Lynch. The basketball player at Pinson, and it looks as though he's out of the hospital and he's upright. The video showed him coming out of the locker room on a walker. I think the players didn't know he was coming out, and they were pretty excited. There was a nice embrace with him and Coach Barber. So really cool thing there. Continue to pray for him. He's got a long way to go. He's not going to play his senior year of high school basketball, but hopefully he can get back on his feet and have a college career. So basketball's getting wound up, and basketball's like football for us, and baseball and softball. Yeah, we've always got champions hanging around. Tribune land, we got volleyball champions. We got we've had others, bowling champions. I mean, we've got them everywhere.
Cupboard is full.
And so we're going to start talking about those guys. We're going to try to get them some pub this week. So starting this week. So
absolutely. All right. Well, speaking of pub, let's talk a little bit about the Tribune Sports Live Player of the Week fan poll.
Poll.
And you know what I'm going to say, John.
I know what you're going to say. All
right, guys, this is coach selected, it's coach nominated, but it's up to you guys to actually vote. As always, Johnny and I get to name the Player of the Week, but you guys get to name the fan poll. So let's talk about who was the fan poll winners last week. On the offensive side of the ball, we had Kevin James of Moody. K-Train. Yeah. And on the defensive side of the ball, we had Amelia Burt of Leeds. So that's 3 out of 4 for Leeds. Yeah. I don't know. Leeds, they're voting a lot, Tribune land, so you guys need to jump on. So
don't be mad at us.
Yep. Poll went up, I guess, last night, 7 o'clock, something like that. It will go until Thursday at 5 p.m. And so for the offensive side of the ball, we have C.J. Davis of Hewitt, Josh Woods of Clay, Jake Lowry of Moody, and John Ford of Center Point. And you'll be hearing from John a little bit later. On the defensive side of the ball, you've got Hayden Chavez of Hewitt, Colton McIntyre of Clay Chalkville, Owen Randall of Moody, and Jaden Moore of Center Point. And you'll be hearing from Jaden too. So, and Hayden Chavez, I know his parents would not appreciate me mispronouncing his name, so Hayden Chavez. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Whether it's a sports injury, life injury, or debilitating
All right, Coach.
Soon you will be able to get the care you need when you need it at OS1 Sports Injury Clinic. No more lengthy and costly ER visits or forgoing treatment and suffering until a physician can see you. This spring, you will be able to make an appointment or just walk in to our new location at the Pinnacle in Trussville and get back to living life sooner. Until then, you can always visit our Hoover location. To learn more, visit bettersooner.com or call 205-352-2911. We can't wait to take care of you.
All right, welcome back in. All right, Johnny, on Bodine's Classic Cut and Color Coaches Corner, we've got a special guest in tonight, Coach Kayla Alexander of Hewitt. But before we talk to you, Coach, we always have to find out what's going on with Johnny over at Bodine's. You went before your beach trip.
I did. Tina had a family emergency, so we had to call an audible. I had to go see Miss Jessica. So I didn't get the deluxe beard trim, but I did get the beard trim. I didn't get the face massage and all that. I didn't go too bougie. I just got the trim.
Yeah.
So
it's a manly kind of cut.
It is a manly cut, and Jessica did a fantastic job. But I'm looking forward to getting back in Tina's chair in 2 weeks, and we'll see what happens.
All right, week 10, Johnny. We're into it for quite a few weeks. I'm going to try to get this right.
Yep.
They've got a location right down here in Hewitt, in
Not
Trussville,
in Hewitt, in Trussville.
and out in Hoover, where I live.
Hoover, that's right.
So we've got it. All right, Coach, welcome in.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, first year. Look, you've got a lot of experience. 9 years at UAB. You were part of a program with 162 wins. You coached 6 all-conference players. Wow, you had a good run there as being a part. You wore many hats over there. Yeah. So talk about just your first year taking over the reins from Coach Hunter and the success that she had. Just talk about the program right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So Coach Hunter did a fantastic job of setting the foundation, and I'm just here to build on it. Our team has been working extremely hard in the summer, the preseason, and we just finished up week 1 of practice. And I couldn't be more proud to coach them. It's kind of been a smooth transition. Right now we're in the honeymoon phase, and they've been working hard. And like I said, I couldn't ask for a better group for my first head coaching job. They've welcomed me in, and they've bought into the vision that I have. And like I said, I'm just here to build on the foundation that Coach Hunter has set. And she's still around, so I use her as a mentor, and it's been awesome.
Yeah, talk about the comfort level there with having her. She stepped down, but she's kind of your boss now. Still around. Yeah. She still I'm sure shows up at practices, shows up in your office a good bit. Talk about how cool that is to have the lady who laid the foundation there to help you take that over.
Absolutely. When I first got the job, she was one of the first people that I called, and what was really unique is she said, when I got my first head coaching job, I didn't have a mentor. And so I'm happy to give back and do that for someone else that I didn't have. So that's kind of been a unique thing for me, as this is my first head coaching job as well. So she's been awesome to conversate with and just pick her brain.
Yeah, that's a great resource to have. Well, you brought 3 of your players with you. We have Ariella Hayden, Lauren Holly, and Riley Martin. Welcome in, girls. We'll talk about expectations. It looks like you guys tip off November 7th, right? That's the first game?
6th.
The 6th. Is that the St. James tournament?
Gaston City.
Oh, okay, Gaston City, then St.
The
James.
next
Okay.
day, yeah.
All right, well, girls, talk about how practice, preseason, the scrimmages and everything have gone and what your expectations are.
All right, well, preseason was definitely something that we were, adapting our new coach. We're kind of re-going over the foundation, especially with freshmen, joining on our team. I think preseason definitely gave us more of a glimpse of what our areas need to focus on for our season. But I think this first week and a half of practice has been, there's been bumps, but obviously we are a team that's devoted and shows up every single day, which is something that I really like about this team. We always talk about effort, something that a coach can never teach. And I feel like a lot of girls mostly show up and, are always willing to give 100% and 10% of effort. So that's all I can ask for.
Preseason was good. Like she said, a lot of adjusting to Coach K, which has been amazing. Transition has been smooth. A lot of bonding and getting team chemistry and setting our expectations for the year, just being relentless every day. And, it's been really good.
Yeah, all Coach K asks us is to get, all we can control is our attitude and our effort. So we just go in with 100% of both. And it's been great so far. We're excited for the future.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the differences. You've just played, all 3 of you played under Coach Hunter. You've now practiced a little under Coach K, as you call her. You've already got a nickname for her, so that's great. Things must be going pretty well there. Talk about some differences maybe in what Coach Hunter at this point of last year to this point of this year.
I think the difference is a little bit in the style that we play. I think we are more this year. We're more focusing on, just disrupting the defense, especially during transition. A lot of more passes. I just feel like Coach Hunter was a more, you get the ball, you run it down, and we go right back to defense, because we're usually really good with Lauren and Riley, they're usually really good at getting down the paint. So I think this year we're kind of just slowing it down a little bit, but I think both styles have worked for our team, especially with the different players. We no longer have a center this year. We lost Ashlyn Howard. No, I think we'll play probably the same because we're all still one unit. We'll work together as one unit. But I think that's really the only difference is kind of slowing it down a little bit, as well as, making sure everyone kind of touches the ball.
Yeah, it's a lot faster pace. We want to push. That's what all the conditioning is for. Pushing, being fast, like she said, disrupting the offense when we're on defense, playing hard defense. Those are all like the principles and like the differences.
Yeah, I think that, like they said, there's a lot of differences, but I think both ways really worked well for our team. I think you're going to see a lot more of us, better conditioning, and won't get as tired as much, and just fast up and down the court.
Yeah.
So, Coach, we've heard from the players about their perception of the philosophy. Talk a little bit about what your philosophy of coaching is, the style of offense, the style of defense you're going to run, and add on to that, who is your mentor that you've learned from over the years?
Yeah, we always tell our players that we want to play fast. So make or miss, we want to get out and go in transition. I think we've kind of added a little bit more structure offensively. Depending on if it's a make or it's a miss, we go right into what we call triggers, and really trying to just teach our players how to play off each other. So we'll probably run a lot of ball screen motion offensively. And then defensively, we want to get up and pressure you. I think we have a team that is athletic and fast and can really wreak havoc defensively and turn you over, and so we can get out and go in transition. So that's kind of been our philosophy, and also to I tell our players all the time, just take one day at a time. Just be your best that day, and you'll be better, and you'll make the team better. And so we just focus one day at a time of our attitude, our effort, giving it 100% in everything that we do, and focusing on the little things. Because the little things, if we can consistently do the little things good, it's going to pay off in the end. It's kind of the mission and the vision that we've kind of set for every day. And then my mentor, just being at UAB for 9 years, 9 years as an assistant, and previously I was the DOBO, director of ops. So I've kind of done it all. And Coach Randy Norton, he saw me as a 21-year-old girl to hire me on as soon as I graduated, and he really believed in me. And we actually, ironically, we were talking about today who you surround yourself. The 5 most people that you surround yourself is going to be the trajectory of your life. And so I always tell them to surround themselves with good people, and he's one of them. And he believed in me, he pushed me, and he believed in things that I didn't see in myself. And that's kind of why I'm here where I am today. They pushed me like, hey, it's your next step in your journey. And so I couldn't ask for a better opportunity. So
Talk about some tools that you take away from the college game, high school game, completely different. Same, I'm sure same in some ways, but completely different game. Talk about some things that you believe that you bring to the table for these young ladies and their teammates.
It was an adjustment, skill level wise, I know, coming in, but it's been so fun because I get to go back to just teaching the game in basketball. And really, like I said, it's just them learning how to read the defense, how to play off each other, and it's always so rewarding where we're thinking the game in practice and they finally understand, and they're like, that makes sense. So that's one thing that I feel like I've provided and has been fun for me as a coach, is just teaching the game. So
that's awesome. Well, taking the Hewitt job, you're kind of jumping in the deep end with the region that you guys are in. Johnny and I always talk about the football, which it applies also for all the sports. But talk about the level of competition that you're going to be seeing. It's no pushover.
Oh yeah, and I remind them of that every single day. Our area is one of the toughest, but like I said, tell them to focus on one game at a time, and that game is what most important. And when our area comes, we're going to be prepared, and every game that leads up to that matters, and it's preparing us for that area that's really challenging. So.
Absolutely. Well, girls, one last question for you guys. When the season's over, what goals do you want to take, or what goals do you have in place right now? And once the final whistle blows, the horn sounds, what do you want to take away from the season?
So I think our main goal, I think this season, is the small things. I think Coach K just explained that. It's just the little things that pile on to the bigger things. And since it's being my last year, I definitely think that's what I'm going to take away. Just like in my professional life, it's always being 1% better, especially as I continue my education through college and all that stuff. I think just being 1% better every day shows that I'm still growing as a player, as a person, as well as if I can perfect the small things, the things that I'm capable of controlling, I feel like that'll make me just a better human and, again, a better player.
One thing for me is being consistent every day. Like, no matter how your day went or what happened, like going onto the court and being like, I'm with my team now. I'm in a different atmosphere, in a different space. So just being consistent no matter what has happened will also make me a better person, a better athlete and student, and just a better person in general.
Yeah, we're a very competitive team. So as long as we give 100% effort and our attitude, just see how far we can go. Because we want to go the farthest that we can go, but that saying, we got to make it one step at a time and not just jump right ahead. But yeah, we're ready.
Awesome. Well, Coach, thanks for coming in. Ladies, thank y'all for coming in. We appreciate that. And the best of luck to you. We'll be covering you throughout the season.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
It's Friday night.
Okay. I know it's like you just.
Another big win.
And just like the team on the field this year, Dobbsford is ready to deliver a big performance this season.
Whether you're hauling a camper, driving a family vehicle, riding around in a Bronco with the top down, Dobbsford is going to give you the best price, the most for your trade, and the best customer service.
At Dobbsford,
We're proud to support our local teams.
and our local families.
So come see us.
All right, welcome back in. All right, Johnny, it's great being able to get a little sneak peek of basketball.
Yeah.
And that kind of wets the whistle to see what's coming up.
Absolutely.
So, all right, well, let's talk a little bit of football. And let's talk about leads first.
Yeah.
And the lead segment is brought to you by New Day Car Wash. Text Day to
41136.
get a free car wash.
Get a free car wash.
All right, so a little bit of a headache for Leeds. They traveled down to Pelham, and they came away with a 21-14 loss. The Green Wave found themselves down 14-0 at the half, which I was keeping up with it remotely because I was at Hewitt and then at Springville, and I kept watching it and couldn't really believe what I was seeing. Slow start.
Yeah, slow start, and it got to 21-0 in the third quarter. And in the fourth quarter, Leeds came back a little bit. They attempted a comeback, I guess you would say. Jordan Lockhart got a touchdown to make it 21-7 in the fourth. Gator a little bit later, Taylon Gator. We know him as Gator, I guess.
Gator.
By this point, we're on a last name basis with the young man.
Absolutely.
So he got the other touchdown. They kicked an onside kick. Got the
It's a little
onside
exciting.
Kick. Yeah, made it exciting. They got down to the Pelham 35, but stalled out, turned it over on downs. Hood challenged him after the game. It's 0-0 is what he said, and we're going to see if you want your season to continue, you're going to be dedicated to the work, was kind of his quote, and made me want to play for him again. Kind of like that speech earlier in the season. So round one is a familiar foe. Briarwood. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but so still got the playoffs to look forward to. Some fight in them at the end of that game. This game really didn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but with a coach in the house, with two coaches in the house, every game matters. So anyway, we see what they can do. We saw how they played against Moody and how they played against Briarwood last. So that's about it.
Yeah. All right. And I think we're having a little technical difficulty with the highlights tonight. All right. So let's move on and let's talk about Shades Valley. The Shades Valley segment is also brought to you by New Day. 4-1. 888-211-36. Text day, get a new car wash. This game ended up being a 34-7 Mountain Brook victory, and we talked about that was probably going to be the case with just the numbers. We've talked. I feel like we're a broken record.
We are.
We have talked about it all season. You saw Mountain Brook up close when they played Pinson, and the running game that they have, not necessarily from the running back position, but from the quarterback position.
Hoffbauer.
Was pretty bruising and pretty dominant.
Yeah.
And they ended up getting that running game going that Coach Yeager always gets going for the Spartans.
Yeah.
And they came away with the 34-7 victory over Shades Valley.
Yeah.
We always talk about moral victories.
We do.
Coach, he's not into those.
No, he's not.
But I think what he's doing for the kids is they're traveling to take on Booker T. Washington Thursday night. I think that's what he's trying to build the season to culminate, because they're not going to make the playoffs, but he's building towards that one game.
Right.
And so we'll see how that goes. We'll
trying to make it special for him.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. All right, so let's talk. You're a Clay man.
I am.
So let's talk about Clay. Let's talk about Clay and Pinson. And you've been heavily invested in Pinson.
Yeah.
And again, this is the New Day stretch of the show right here. New Day sponsors Clay and Pinson. And 41136, new car wash if you text Day over there. That's talk a little bit about that game, Johnny.
Well, I'll tell you, the first thing I want to say is it's pretty cool that it was the last regular season game ever at that stadium. I played in the very first regular season game ever at that stadium. So pretty cool night for Clay Chalkville alum, people like myself, kids that are there now. Something cool that they got to do. They're going to have some playoff games at home, so it's not the last home game ever. But just wanted to throw that in there. Clay, we say it every week. Again, another broken record, but they're a machine. Pinson gave them all they wanted for a little bit. You know, they jumped out 14-0. Pinson closed it to 17-14 in the third quarter, and then Clay just reeled off 35 unanswered. And so, you know, Clay's just doing what Clay does this year. They're dominant in every phase of the game. They can turn it on whenever they want to. Just a very good, well put together football team. You know, for Pinson, we said it last week. You know, they did better this year. They could have done a lot better than what they did.
Very close.
Three wins that they absolutely should have had that just slipped through their fingers. So they'll deal with that this year. Coach Thompson's building something there, a good foundation for winning. Football in his second year, and I expect them to do nothing but improve. But again, Clay Chalkville, they're going to host Jackson Olin in round one. Again, we'll talk later about that. Clean up a couple of things that happened there early on, and they'll be just fine.
Yeah, and we talked about the offense all year long, and it was kind of Corey Barber and Aaron Fry. We're starting to see that running game with Josh Woods just grinding out 4 touchdowns. And we do apologize. We've had some technical difficulties, so no highlights of this game, and we may not have any highlights of our other games. But so you'll just have to listen to Johnny and I talk about it.
Even worse, you'll have to look at us while we talk.
This is true. This is true. All right, so let's talk about Moody, and the Moody segment's brought to you by W.C. Wright. They're there for all your heating, cooling, plumbing, generator needs. So please give them a call. They'll show you the right way to do it. So, Johnny, I'm not even going to let you talk about officials yet. I'm going to save that for my game.
Okay.
But Lincoln, Moody versus Lincoln. There again, just like I was keeping up with other games, I kept keeping up with the score, and I couldn't believe the score. It was 10-6.
Yeah.
I was like, I've got to refresh. This is not right. So it was a 10-6 Moody lead over Lincoln at halftime. Yeah. And then Moody did what Moody does. They exploded offensively. And they walk out of there with a 48-6 win over Lincoln.
Right.
Officials were not in the mix this week.
Not that I know of. I didn't see. I was at the beach, so I didn't see a whole lot of the game. But you know, what we did see was Owen Randall come away with 3 interceptions, 1 for a pick 6. Josiah Dozier with. If you've been on social media and you follow any Josiah or Moody or anybody like that, Max Preps I think highlighted it. Beautiful one-handed catch for I think it was 20-something yard touchdown. Anyway, Elijah Rutledge, Juju Hill, these guys are all names that are starting to come out of the woodwork. Kevin James has been there for a million years. He's starting to, you know, show himself as a true compliment to the Cameron Meadows.
And you guys can vote for him. It's up to you.
You certainly can. So yeah, Moody. The only downfall. Hey, clean up that slow start. A little bit of a slow start. I know Jake's preaching that, and Cam's preaching that, and all the guys are preaching that to him. They've got corner first round. They get this week off, kind of like Clay. Just work on that slow start. Get healed up a little bit from some bumps and bruises, and those guys are going to be just fine.
Absolutely. All right, so let's move on to one of the hometown teams, Hewitt. The Hewitt segment is always brought to you by A Plus Tire and Auto. What are you in, the truck or the Honda?
I'm in the Honda tonight, the car.
Well, if anything goes wrong, you can take it by there, drop it off.
I'll drop right down there.
They'll take care of you.
Yes, sir.
So, no highlights. We would be giving a shout out to the Husky Fast Network had the highlights been shown, but we're not going to have it. So I was on site for the first half of this game, had planned on staying for the entire game. But when we talk about Husky Fast, they were Husky Fast. I was out of there at halftime, headed to Springville. Tuscaloosa County, they have fallen on some very hard times right now. As I understand it, there's some attrition with maybe players moving to other schools based on the offense. I'm not sure. But Hewitt definitely looked like a 7A team out there, and they raced out to a big lead. Ultimately ended up winning 49-7. And I don't know who you want to pick your poison with that. I mean, Zach Benedict, he is looking like he is really mid-season form at the end of the year because of his injury. You've got C.J. Davis running the ball. He was fantastic. That's another fan poll selection. You've got Deuce Austin. He went over 2,000 yards for a career in the first quarter. And then I think in the next defensive series, Parker Floyd goes over 300 career tackles. And I sure wish we had the video or the picture to show you. There's a great picture of those two when they're, I mean, they can't be but 7, 8, 9 years old. Very young together. And I think that's really so neat to see where they have played with each other through the system. And now they're seniors. And so.
And another cool picture that I've seen out there was a picture from the game the other night, and it was Peyton Floyd, Parker Floyd, and Jack Floyd standing with Dylan Cope. And all three of the Floyd boys have thrown touchdowns to Dylan Cope in his career. So he kind of feels like he's part of the Floyd family too.
He is. He's the fourth son of
He is, apparently.
So so they finished up 8-2, and they really look like they're starting to hit their stride. They get a week off, and then they'll host Opelika in the first round. So we'll look for Husky Fast to continue being Husky Fast.
Absolutely.
All right, so I think that wraps the majority of our football up. We've got one more segment to talk about, but let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Whether it's a sports injury, life injury, or debilitating pain, soon you will be able to get the care you need when you need it at OS1 Sports Injury Clinic. No more lengthy and costly ER visits or forgoing treatment and suffering until a physician can see you. This spring, you will be able to make an appointment or just walk in to our new location at the Pinnacle in Trussville and get back to living life sooner. Until then, you can always visit our Hoover location. To learn more, visit bettersooner.com or call 205-352-2911. We can't wait to take care of you.
All right, welcome back in. Okay, Johnny, let's talk about the team of the week.
Yeah, let's do that.
And we're changing course this week.
We are. We certainly are.
Tell the viewers who our team of the week is.
Well, our team of the week this week is not a football team. It's a volleyball team. It's the Hewitt Trussville Huskies volleyball team, coached by Andy Friedman, who's here at John Goolsby's right. They are headed to state in the, let's see, when is it? Next week?
This Wednesday.
This Wednesday, yeah, this Wednesday, the
Couple
29th.
days,
Now I remember. Yeah. So on the 29th, they're headed to state championship at the Birmingham Crossplex at what, 9 o'clock in the morning?
We'll play in the Elite Eight at 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Yeah.
There you
And
go.
then from this point forward, it's single elimination. So if we were to advance, we'd have to win at 9, and then later that afternoon in the Final Four, and then the state finals would be the next day.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that is historic to a degree because this is the first time in 36 years, 1989,
Yes, I believe so.
that the Lady Huskies have advanced to state.
Yeah.
So congratulations, ladies, for that. That is a great accomplishment. Well, let's talk about you before we talk about the entire program, because you've got to go there before you go back to the past before we can talk about where we are now. So you started out as an assistant at Hoover.
That's right.
From 2015 to 2019. She's had a lot of success. I want you just to take a listen to this. State runners-up in 2016, Final Four 2018, 2019, Elite Eight 2015 and 2017, and then you get the head coaching job at Homewood, and you continue your success there. Sweet 16 in 2020, 2022, 2023. You made a Final Four in 2021, area champs in 22 and 23, and then I think you were runner-up a couple of other times. So you've had a tremendous amount of success as you're going into, I believe this is your second year at
Yes.
Hewitt. So just talk about your vision for the program, where you guys are right now. I know you've got you're balancing family and coaching work life and
Sure.
everything, but just talk a little bit about your program and let the viewers get to know a little bit more about you.
Sure, absolutely. Well, first off, thank you for having us on. We appreciate you guys taking a break from football and mixing it up with volleyball. We appreciate that. I've been really blessed to have great mentors in my life, starting at Hoover High School with Chris Camper, who just recorded his 800th win of his career this past season. And really, he taught me how to build a program while I spent about 5 years at Hoover. And I took those lessons with me to Homewood and saw some success at Homewood. And then when Lance Walker and 7A volleyball came knocking, I was really excited for this opportunity too. So first off, Hewitt is an amazing community. It's big. It's got, the numbers of a big school, but it's got the feel of a small hometown. It's a really close-knit community. And the community support here has been outstanding. It really has been, from not just the people that are coming to watch, but the parents that are here in the program, and then the administration at the school. It's just been really, really special to be a part of. The vision that I have for Hewitt is to continue to continue to be successful. This was the first time that we hosted the area championship since 2010. And we were area champions. And that positioned us to do well at the regional champions, and we were the North Super Regional champions for the first time, I believe, in school history. Yeah. And then that's kind of set us up to be the 1 seed coming out of the North to then draw a very good enterprise the first round. But these girls are devoted. They're devoted to playing year-round volleyball. They're devoted to continue to develop ball control. And that's really what my philosophy is that's what volleyball is all about, is controlling that first contact on both sides of the ball. And that even extends to limiting your errors that you have, because volleyball is unique in that it's rally scoring. Every single point is going to result in a team getting a point. So, you can also, you've got to play against not only your opponent, but you've got to limit your own errors yourself too. So we've been ball control driven. We spend a lot of time serving and passing to control that first ball contact. And we play a lot over the summer. You get 3 competitive weeks. We played over 25 matches this summer. And saw some success there. And I think what's so special about this team is just the bond that they have with each other. You can tell that they genuinely love each other, and that extends not just to, of course, the success on the court, but also off the court. You can just tell it makes a big difference.
Yeah. Well, you brought 3 of your players with you.
Yes.
Reese Wolf, Reese Jackson, and Julia Stalls. Welcome in, girls. Thanks for being here. Well,
Thank you for having us.
To us a little bit about the games that you had last week. You had a pretty tough stretch where you took on 3 opponents. One of the big ones was taking down Hoover, So just talk about what last week was like.
I think last week was really tough. We did so much to prepare for it, I think. But it really brought us closer together as a team. I think going in, we wanted to play really relaxed and really comfortable. And we have to have that chemistry with ourselves before to create that, like, almost like sense of, like, people, like, there's someone backing you up on the court at all times.
Yeah.
So I think that definitely helped a lot. And it definitely helped relieve stress because of the big crowds at Hoover.
Yeah.
The two student sections was a lot. And I think that just, like, putting us together all on the court at the same time, it definitely helped.
Yeah, we definitely took the week before, and every practice we went into it making sure that we were very, very focused. And going into Hoover, we knew that there was going to be a big crowd, but we've seen it a lot, and we were ready to use the energy from the crowd and the energy that we already had. And we have really great team chemistry. I mean, I love these girls like family, and I think that's what makes us such a special team and why we've gotten so far. And after we beat Hoover, I think it amped us up even more to sweep
Yes.
But yeah, and then obviously Austin to win the whole thing. So yeah,
I could tell that every single person on this team is hungry to win and hungry to continue to keep going. Like, the atmosphere when we played Hoover was insane, and we've never ever experienced that, like, playing volleyball with school or with club. So I'm really happy and just excited to keep going.
Talk about, so you'll be playing in state on Wednesday. When those lights come on at 9 o'clock or 8:30, whatever time they click the lights on, how do you guys, and we can even bounce back to Coach on this, keep those lights from getting too bright? Stay within yourselves and just play your game. Are you preparing now for that on Wednesday?
Mm-hmm. I think at practices we want to stay, like, really focused and locked in. I think definitely.
I mean, we've these past few weeks, especially. I mean, obviously we didn't know that we were going to make it this far, but now that we're here, we're using these last two practices that we have. I mean, we have the upper advantage too, because a lot of the people coming from the south, they had their last practice today, and so we're able to have this next practice tomorrow to really lock in. And I think when those lights turn on, we're ready. And we talk a lot about canceling everybody out and canceling out the crowd and only focusing on us, because like I said, we're a family, and we just make sure that we're all together and we're locked in with each other and not focusing on anybody else but our teammates, and not even just on ourselves, because it's a team sport, especially volleyball. Like, it's very much like you have to be there for everyone, not just yourself. So
I agree. When we're all together, it's just like we cancel out the other team and also just everything around us. I think that's what's so special, is that we're all so connected with each other. It's like we don't really care what's around us. We just play and we just have fun with the sport.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of other teams, they start to almost, like, turn on themselves, but we never have that issue because we're so close-knit. We never have a problem with, like, getting angry or mad at each other or frustrated.
We just make sure that we're always there for each other and uplifting each other, and we cancel everyone else out. So.
And we're not cocky, but we know we can do it. So we're really excited.
It's like very relaxed.
Yeah,
we're confident.
We are confident.
Quiet
Yes.
confidence, humble confidence.
Humble confidence, yes.
Well, talk a little bit about what it means to lay a legacy, because there's been a 36-year gap, and that's a long time. I mean, you start talking about the 80s, that's kind of when I was in high school. But we talked about what Coach Freeman did at Homewood. Talk about what it means to you guys to know that you're laying the foundation and you're going to be known as her first team at Hewitt that made it to state.
I think it's such a big deal. I think it's really important to us because in our past years at Hewitt, we've never, like, dealt with this much, like, energy and, like, how much.
I mean, and we also, teams, I think we're doing so well because teams are looking at us. They don't expect what we're bringing right now. Like, they don't expect us to come out there and do as well as we are. And Coach Freeman came in here these last 2 years and has set up our program to where, like, we've never gotten to, like, she came in and brought,
Like, just kind of amplified us.
yeah, like
I have never, like, even knew who was in our area, or, like, how that we could even get past area before Friedman.
I know.
Yeah.
So it was, like, eye-opening.
She came in and I just felt like I started on varsity my junior year, and so when she came in, which was my junior year, I kind of came in and it was a completely different varsity team than I'd ever seen, because I'd always watched from the sidelines, and then I came in and I was like, wow, like we could really be great. And last year, I mean, we had a great record, and then this year I think it's just double that. Like, it's just grown so much from
we've taken last year and we just kind of ran with it.
Yeah.
I know we lost a lot of people, but I think we've grown in just different areas and just kind of filled in the holes that we've kind of missed last year.
Yeah, and like I remember when I was a freshman, like watching varsity, like we never really made it past the area.
No.
And I didn't know like it was a possibility. And so this year we're like, oh, what if we could make it to the Elite Eight? But it's like, what if we
I never
like
even
what if
thought
we win
about
state?
when I was a freshman. Like,
No, no, I didn't even know what that was.
I know. I didn't know it was like a possibility to make it past the area.
Coach, I think they like you.
Well, Coach, it sounds like, you know, as part of your job when you came in, to use, we'll talk about X's and O's, but the schematics that you're doing, the conditioning, the weight room, so a lot more than that. It sounds like you were having to do a psychological overhaul of the girls to help them understand and give them a vision, because you've been there before and you can show them, hey, I've done this at a couple of different places. It's not as hard as you think it is if you do everything the right way. So was a lot of it psychological, a big part of it?
I think maybe that was more of a battle last year, for
Okay.
sure. I think that they kind of touched on that a little bit, in that they saw a lot of changes last year coming in. And, I mean, we were really close to advancing last year, too. We played a 5-setter with Vestavia and got up 2-0, and then just sets 3, 4, and 5, we lost over the point cap. In volleyball, you've got to win by 2 points.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but they battled so hard and they believed in themselves. And so, you know, we've definitely built on that this year, and we've just started off with that belief, you know. And then, of course, we've added strength and conditioning, and all these girls are committed to playing year-round volleyball, to developing ball control, and it's just kind of, and then you mix in the team chemistry, and it's just really created a really special experience for everybody. So, and we're excited for the opportunity to get out there and do our thing on Wednesday. I think the key to success the next few days is just going to be to take it 1 point at a time. And, you know, and do what we do best, which is try to battle out for that first contact, and play relentless defense. And don't be fixated on the outcome, but again, just taking it 1 point at a time. That's right.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right. Well, Coach Freeman, we appreciate you coming in. Girls, thank you so much for coming in. The best of luck to you Wednesday. Yeah. We'll be pulling for you.
Watching.
I think you've got a whole community that is now a little more aware of what you have accomplished. Y'all should be very proud of that. So, all right. Well, thank y'all so much. All right. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Whether it's a sports injury, life injury, or debilitating pain, soon you will be able to get the care you need when you need it at OS1 Sports Injury Clinic. No more lengthy and costly ER visits or forgoing treatment and suffering until a physician can see you. This spring, you will be able to make an appointment or just walk in to our new location at the Pinnacle in Trussville and get back to living life sooner. Until then, you can always visit our Hoover location. To learn more, visit bettersooner.com or call 205-352-2911. We can't wait to take care of you.
All right, welcome back in. All right, Johnny, that's fun. A little bit of a diversion from football.
Yeah.
But now let's get back on track.
Football. There you go.
And we've got Coach Dramel King of Centerpoint here. Thank you for coming out, Coach.
Appreciate you guys having us out.
Yeah. So we found out what's going on with the highlights. The internet is down here at the Trussville Tribune, so apologies for that. If we did have highlights, and we'll still talk about this, the Centerpoint segment is brought to you by Mi Tierra Linda, and the Springville segment is brought to you by CSG Floors and Outdoors. Give Corey and Tiffany a call. Johnny, they're over in Odenville by you.
Yep.
give them a call at 903-5885. So, Coach, you guys traveled up to Springville, and you came away with your first region win, 46-21. You guys jumped out quick, 26-7 at halftime. Talk a little bit about just the game and how the season has gone up to this point.
Well, it was a game that we all could vision from far off. You know, it's just been a lot of ups and downs throughout the season, but it was a week of preparation that our kids was really excited for. To be able to go in Springville and be prepared to do some of the things that we've been doing all year, but to just get more comfortable. When you're coming in and run a new system, everybody needs to get a little bit more comfortable with what we're doing and how we're doing it, and when we're kicking this out, when we're making this block, when we're doing different things. And I think the three dimensions of our game, special team, defense, and as well as offense, all came together in one game. And we've had a lot of games where we've had hot moments on offense and not so much defense, and vice versa. And even on special teams sometimes throughout the year. So to be able to see the young men just pull one game together with all three dimensions of the game, that was pretty cool to see.
Coach, it looked like for the second week in a row your team kind of took steps. Last week, I know we talk about moral victories.
Yes,
y'all don't like
yes,
moral victories,
yes,
and we understand why, and we appreciate that. But against Leeds, you played a lot better against Leeds. It looked like you took a step there, and then you took another step this week and got the win. Talk about maybe what's kind of played into that.
Well, it's just a simple fact that we're young. We're young. You know, the more opportunities you get to, cook eggs, those eggs gonna start tasting better after you do it. So it's just getting out there and just having more experience with snaps. Understanding the system, understanding how to fit defensively, understanding the spacing offensively, and our offense and our defense is totally different than what we've been doing in Center Point. Coach had a long tenure there, so to be able to come in and do so many things different, you just need more quality reps, and we got a lot of quality reps throughout hard times this year, and to be able to see our young players be able to get those quality reps and be able to build on it. Like I said, if we can just rewind time and play every game back, I think we'll have different outcomes in a lot of those games. So a lot of that has just been those quality reps.
Yeah. Well, talking about reps, you've got a couple of guys with you, and this is why we saved you guys towards the end, because these two guys right here, I think this is the first time all year that we've had
It's the first time this year. I think we've had it in the past.
Historically, we've done it, but this is the first time.
Last year that we had
it may have been. So you guys, running back John Ford and linebacker Jaden Moore, you two are co-players of the week for the Ortho Alabama Spine and Sport Player of the Week. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
So, John, you had a huge game. I think you had 3 touchdowns, 143 yards, something along like that. Jaden, your stat line was ridiculous. I think you had 14 tackles, an interception, a blocked punt, and maybe a pass breakup or
3 sacks.
Or three sacks. So you guys played a very big part in the dominant win over Springville. So whoever wants to go first, but just talk about the game, talk about your performance, and congratulations.
Thank you again. I believe I feel like that game we had, it was good. I think it was pretty good, but I feel like it wasn't our most dominant game.
Yeah.
We still got a future, like Coach said. We got a young team, so it looked like it was like a good game. But our standards are pretty high, and we really like to set the standards, and we like to really build on each other, and we like to play against we like to build. We really do like to build and stuff like that. So I think defense side of the ball we could have did better, but it took us a minute, but I think we did pretty good for this week.
Yeah, special teams look pretty good too.
Yeah.
How about you, John?
Just building up throughout the week, having a good practice throughout the whole week, Monday through Thursday. It was just good every day, building blocks, and so that what led to our performance on that Friday.
Yeah.
So you guys, you know, coaches bark at you all week. Hey, if you practice this way, Friday night it'll. Did the lights kind of come on Friday night? Hey, coach, for not necessarily for y'all, but maybe for some other younger guys. the lights come on. Maybe Coach knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone started connecting that game. All the pieces started falling in place. Everyone was energized, having a good game locked in, and just dialed in on what they had to do.
Yeah, I believe that we tried to take that game. We felt different. Like we had a whole different mindset. So we tried to take every step the right way. We felt a whole different energy that whole pregame. So ever since we got to the school and everything, everybody just felt a different type of energy, and we felt like everybody was on the same page that day.
Yeah. I think there was a point in the game, beginning of the second half, you guys went into the locker room, y'all were up. I think Springville, they got down to the goal line.
Yes, sir.
They turned it over. They got the ball back. They got to maybe the 20 through an interception. I think then they scored off of a blocked punt. They closed the gap around a little bit, and I was standing on your sideline, and what I saw was that the intensity level and the energy level ramped up a little bit, and the guys seemed to lock in. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, it's just a trial and error. Proper preparation prevents poor performance, and I think as they both said, that week was a really good week.
Yeah.
But there were times in that game where we could have went backwards, but our kids just really locked in, and I think, like you said, it was the fact that throughout the entire year, it's been highs and lows, and sort of like the competition of getting out there and playing against, the level inside our region.
Yeah.
Being able to start early and not be able to beat ourselves. We've been giving up so many opportunities, special team and offensively, of giving the opponent, allowing us to beat ourselves and not so much of them. Well, Friday, we did a great job of just starting the game off right.
Yeah.
And then when we hit those moments, we went back to what we did. Now, that was another thing, having John Ford in the backfield, we haven't had the opportunity to have that all year. To be able to have somebody that you could just give the ball to and be a bruiser, being able to switch around and go from John Ford to Canty to Ziegler, and that's the difference maker. As the year went on, we got a lot of guys back that were in the injured box, and we just haven't been able to use them. So as they stated, it was really a team effort. And when we needed to rely on our running game, that's when we were able to just go down, slow the game down, go downhill, just let this kid just do what he does. And he ran that ball very tough throughout the entire game. So I think Friday was exactly the type of ball that we want to play.
Yeah.
When we get in tough situations, let's just do what we do best. And sometimes that's simple.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just being simple and being able to run some of the simple schemes that we need instead of trying to make up or draw up the perfect play. And Friday, being able to have the different pieces move around. I think we had a total of 6 different guys to touch the ball in the backfield.
Yeah.
So whenever you're able to be that diverse, as well as have this kid have 20 carries, then that makes a big difference. So I think when the times got tough in that game, we relied on what we do best, and that's just line up and just play simple football, and we was able to execute that at a high rate.
Yeah, seems like that was your identity, and y'all really executed on that.
Absolutely. We went back to just doing the simple things, and like I said, that experience throughout the year of running those plays over and over. There were games where we went in, we wanted to have a 20-play call sheet, and we had 8, due to injuries, due to, the youth of our team and just the knowledge of what we was trying to do. So, it took this amount of games, but I'm just happy to see us here because now, after that game, we was all smiling and kids was bouncing around to be able to build on that and continue to go out Thursday. And I think Thursday you're going to see a lot of the same things that we did this Friday.
Yeah, one of the things that I really loved after the game, when you were talking to the kids, what you told them, you said, it's good to see y'all smile.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
I heard you tell quite a few of those guys that, and then told the team as a whole. But it is good to see them smile, isn't it?
Absolutely. Winning. There's a lot of pros to winning, and everybody experienced that. Of course, when you're winning.
Yeah.
When you're losing, it's hard to take away the good, from the things that you're doing, especially when you have young kids who. New coach, new system, everybody's not familiar with what you're doing. So to be able to just see all those young men just smiling again, I'm going to say it again, it was so many people that made impactful plays in that game. You know, we got 2 over there, and those 2 had amazing games, and they deserve to be sitting over there because they both led offensively and defensively. But to be able to see all the kids just be able to have a part in it, I think that had a big deal with our success Friday.
Yeah. So, guys, talking to both of y'all, and as John said earlier, you can answer in whatever order you want. How did this game the other night, you know, you get the 24-hour rule, you get to celebrate for a little bit, but how does that game inform you for this coming week? You got one more opportunity to play with the lights on this year. It's going to be your last one for the season. Talk about how this last game is going to prepare you and going to kind of give you what you need to do the same thing again this Thursday.
Man, I feel like to help us out, I feel like we'll go 1% every day. That's a good start. We're just working every practice. We go 110%. You know, working on the little things, and you know, little things build up to the best. And I believe that we can do a big thing this Thursday. So, like I said, how I feel about last game was, I feel like it wasn't our best dominant game, but I believe that me and our team we can really do something big.
Now that the team can see that we can hang with everyone else, everyone's on their high, and we are going to continue to do what we do and try to connect better and just all fall apart.
Yeah. Bunch of young guys on the team.
Yes, sir.
You guys are both seniors.
Junior.
You're a junior. You're a senior, John. Yeah. So, John, it feels good knowing that you're laying the foundation for all those young guys. And is there any one of the younger running backs or any of the players that you've kind of taken under your wing to kind of say, hey, this is how you play winning football. Watch me and do that?
Yes, sir. I have a little brother. Not really, but like my little brother Zay. Real good kid. He's real good at football. He started after I got injured, so he's just someone who always looking up to me, I think. And I just want to let him know that he can do what we want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Coach, I think one of the things before we close it out, I think I've got to give a shout out to your fans.
Yes,
they were loud. Yeah. The band was super loud.
Yes,
the cheerleaders, Center Point made themselves known.
Yeah.
And the scoreboard looked pretty good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've had support all year throughout, you know, from our parents coming out, but our band is definitely one of the best bands that I've seen at our school in a long time. So
they were loud.
They are always energetic, no matter what the scoreboard is. They do a good job. Mr. Haddon has done a great job with that band. You know, I'm new, and being able to, you know, bob my head every now and then, that's a beautiful thing. So, yes, sir, to be able to have that support, and our principals on the sideline, our ED was on the sideline, to just see everybody kind of just enjoy a win. That was pretty cool.
That is good.
And then they kind of set the tone at Trussville Tribune Sports Live Media Days. Center Point had probably the second biggest crowd that we had.
I would say so.
So yeah, it's a very cool. Very cool.
That's great. All right, well, you want to stick around a couple of minutes more. We're going to do picks, but first, we've got a new segment. It's Bracketology 101 with Colonel Sanders. And Johnny, explain why they call you the Colonel.
Okay, well, my last name is Sanders, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Barry Ryan in high school gave me the nickname. So yeah, that's where Colonel Sanders comes in at. It's not original, but it's what I was called. And I was a third-string offensive lineman, so to have a nickname at all,
it's impressive.
I thought it was pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, bracketology. We get 4 of our 8 teams in the playoffs. Leeds is the first one. They're going to travel to Briarwood for game 1 for round 1. One of the best games we've had this year. On September 26th, Leeds got a 29-28. I believe that was the last second play that they scored on, or I can't remember.
It was very close, and that was Tylin Moultrie's coming out party.
Yeah, it was.
He's number 99, rumbling for touchdowns.
Yeah. So Leeds ended the regular season 6-4. Briarwood's 5-5. So Leeds got the 4th spot out of that region, the region that these guys are in. Briarwood got the top spot out of that region at 5-5. So looking forward to another great game. Russellville versus Boaz is who the winner gets.
Yeah.
Whoever wins that. Preseason favorite to win it. Our other 5A team that's in it, Moody. had an 8-2 season. They lost 2 games to 2 really good teams. 2 of their 8 wins were against 6A teams.
Yeah.
Good 6A teams who are going to be playing in the postseason. So they ran the table in the region pretty much. They get Corner. Corner's not a pushover. I believe they're 7-2. They've got a game left against Springville this week. So the winner there gets Gunnersville or Priceville. Clay Chalkville, the Machine. They host Jackson Olin in round 1. They're 10-0, ranked number 1 in the state, 25 in the nation. Every game except for Thompson's 40+ points, blowouts all over the place. They won their region. Obviously, Jackson Olin is 4-5. They've got a game left at Alma Bryant Friday night, and Clay has a bye. I would not want to be Jackson Olin in 2 weeks, but you never know what could happen. But the winner there gets Gadsden City or Jasper, and last but not least, our 7A team, Hewitt Trussville, 8-2 on the season, grabbed that second spot in Region 3 Friday night with their win. They host Opelika in round 1. Opelika 7-3 and 3rd in their region. We saw Hewitt get back to Husky fast, so we're hoping for a big one in 2 weeks. And the winner there gets Baker or Florence. So that's your Bracketology 101.
With Colonel Sanders.
With
We
Colonel
appreciate it.
Sanders.
Well, we'll keep it with you, Colonel, and let you talk about the predictions. We're
All right.
a little bit light, not as many this time.
So we only have 4 games, and I'll give the disclaimer. Coach, boys, when we come to you, we're going to let you pick with us.
Okay.
When we get to you, if you don't want to pick, you can just say pass or no comment or whatever. We've had some that do, some that don't. We don't judge either way. If you want to participate. If you don't, we're not going to laugh at you or anything. No. So first game up is Shades Valley at Booker T. Washington. Booker T. Washington's a 7 or 8 win team out of 4A. They're going to be a playoff team. Shades Valley has kind of read this book before with, I believe it was Cherokee County. Earlier in the year, a really good 4A team. So I think we'll get kind of the same results. I think Shades Valley's going to fight like they always do, but I think Booker T. Washington's going to get them.
Yeah, I'm going against you on this. I believe that the Mounties go down there, they come home with a win.
I hope you're right.
A good taste in their mouth as they close out the season. So Shades Valley victory.
I'm a cheering for Coach. He was here before I came, but I'm going to do past on all these games because I have a lot of coaching friends.
No worries,
Gotcha.
no worries.
I have Booker T. Washington.
Okay.
I'd say Booker T. Washington too.
Okay.
All right.
I'm in the
You're
minority.
Well,
Well, I am a homer, so.
Aren't we all? Aren't we both? All right. Springville versus Corner. Corner's pretty good. We just talked about them. They'll be heading to play Moody the following week. I think maybe you catch Corner looking ahead a little bit. Springville trying to salvage something of a season. They've only got the 1 win. Try to get that second win for them. It's going to be at Springville's house Thursday night. I do think Corner gets the win, but I think it's a little closer than what we may think.
Yeah. You going to pass, Coach?
I'm going to pass.
You got a thought
That'll
on
be
it?
a good game, but I have Corner.
All right.
I say the same thing. I feel like Corner got it. Gonna pull through.
Okay. All right. We got Pinson heading to Hueytown on Friday night. As much as I would love to pick Pinson here, I just think there's too much Hueytown firepower. I hope I'm wrong. Anytime I pick against our teams, I always hope I'm wrong. I never want our teams to lose, but I'm afraid Hueytown's a little too good. Maybe Pinson plays like they did against Mountain Brook, Oxford, and Pell City, and it goes their way. I would love to see that. I think it's going to be a fairly close game, but I think Hueytown wins.
All right. So I am going to be opposite of you again. Maybe it's because the internet's down. We haven't had highlights. Everything's gone wrong. I've listened to you all year about Pinson Valley. And so you know what? I think that the Indians get the Gophers.
Man,
I'm going with Pinson Valley.
I hope you're right. Boys?
I truly believe that Pinson will pull it through.
All right.
I'm going against him. I got here in town.
Okay. All right. And last but certainly not least, Center Point Thursday night goes to Woodlawn. I think this is going to be a snowball here for Center Point. These boys seem focused. This man seems focused, and it's not just because they're here in the studio. I've thought this since Friday night.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, I picked Springville to beat Center Point last week. So sorry about that.
I took the Eagles.
Now I'll tell you this: Jerry Hood likes when I pick against him.
Okay.
So maybe you're like that, but you know, Center Point proved me wrong. As I believe someone has said, the game is played not on paper but on grass. Tyler.
Right. So our producer said that.
Our producer threw that one up. So the game's played on grass, and so Center Point pulled that one out. I think Center Point wins this one, maybe even walking away. Don't get mad at me, but I think Center Point wins this one pretty easy.
Ditto. I think you had the Leeds game. Man, it was close. I saw the firepower Friday night, and you talked about 6 guys touching the ball.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I know you guys don't run the Notre Dame box, but it kind of looked like that because you guys were going in every direction, and you have a lot of speed. I saw Woodlawn in the first game against Shades Valley. I saw you guys most recently. I'm going with the Eagles. Eagles fly high. And so I know y'all probably are not going to pick, so you can if you want to.
Well, I can pick this one, Center Point.
There you go.
I'm Center Point all the way. Soar, Eagles, soar.
I got big CP on my side.
All right.
There you go. Good deal.
I love it. Well, thank you guys so much. Coach, thank you for coming in.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all for
Congratulations
having me.
on the win.
Yes, sir.
And guys, John, Jaden, those two, Johnny, Ortho Alabama's Fine and Sports Player of the Week, co-players of the week. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah.
And a big thanks to the Hewitt Lady Huskies volleyball team. They are our team of the week. Big game for them Wednesday. You guys tune in. We'll have some write-ups on it, try to post about it on X, maybe do an article on Facebook. So, all right, so hopefully, if any of you guys know why the internet went down, we would love to know. Sorry that we did not have the highlights. Thanks for Tyler, he should have cloned himself. He's going every direction tonight. Thank you, Tyler, for all your help. And thank you guys for watching us, and we will see you next Monday.
It's Friday night under the lights.
Your hometown heroes are ready to deliver another big win.
And just like the team on the field this year, Domsport is ready to deliver a big performance this season.
Whether you're hauling a camper, driving a family vehicle, riding around in a Bronco with the top down, Domsport is going to give you the best price, the most for your trade, and the best customer service.
At Dobbs Ford,
we're proud to support our local teams.
and our local families.
So come see us.